Spirituality is a good way to ground yourself, to balance the shit. Difficult to come across unless you read this book, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. My name's Tarab. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day. My mission is to inspire those in society that know they can change things to do the damn changing. Change inside, change outside. Make the world better. Today we will read a chapter on... we got a lot of good stuff coming up. Last time we read On Reason and Passion. It'll be linked at the end of the video. This one we will read on Pain. This one's very short. Very, very short. On pain. And a woman spoke, saying, "Tell us of pain." And he said, "Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, you must know pain. And could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of life, your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy. And you would accept the seasons of your heart, even as if you have always accepted the seasons that pass over your fields. And you would watch with serenity through the winters of your grief. Much of your pain is self-chosen. It is the bitter poison by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. For his hand, though heavy and hard, is guided by the tender hand of the unseen. And the cup he brings, though it burn your lips, has been fashioned of the clay which the potter has moistened with his own sacred tears. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. You hurting right now? You've been hurt in the past? Same. It happens. And it's supposed to, for the same reason that Gibran talks about. It's supposed to hurt to grow. Do you know that trees, the bark, they expand over time? They're actually breaking their outer layer open in order to grow. Skins for snakes, gotta get out. A cocoon for a butterfly, it's gotta break. At a certain point in life, it might just feel obvious, actually. I think this is kind of like human, maturity understanding thing. Just baseline. That the most difficult things in your life, they hurt because they made you grow. That consistency you're practicing, going to the gym every day or enough times a day, week, reading, going to work and working more than everyone else, working harder than everyone else, going home and having those hard conversations about how you feel, about where you want to be. All of that is growth. I say push into what's hard. Go to it. Do the hardest thing. That's why I advocate so firmly for setting phenomenal, massive goals in life, because it's going to force you to break and break and break and break, and in the process grow and grow and grow and grow. So when he talks about pain in a spiritual sense, I believe Gibran was a very religious person to a degree. Because there's a sense of something divine. There's a sense of that it's created for you. That this process, this whole life endeavor is catered, is delivered. Experience, sure, but that there is a tender, nurturing hand behind everything that happens to us. And I think if you're not so religious, like myself, I'm pretty spiritual. I'm not particularly religious. So in that sense, I believe that tenderness, that caring, compassionate hand is really just self-love boiled down. Like if you really love yourself, then it's much easier to embrace the difficult moments just as much as we do the good moments. Because we realize that, okay, it hurts now, but it's probably going to be better in the long run. There's tremendous power that comes from embracing the difficulties. Courage. The courage to embrace a difficult time in life. To have kids. To get married. To get a divorce. To move away. Right? There's only so much you can grow in a certain place. Your self-love is going to determine how much we're willing to allow ourselves to grow. Self-love, self-confidence, these concepts, they're all very interrelated. When we push past our barriers, when we put in the damn work, and we have a little bit of self-accountability where we know that when we set our missions to do something, we actually do them, all this stuff is interrelated. And all this stuff comes with a fair share of pain. Pain from perhaps other people judging you for not understanding what you're trying to accomplish. Pain from losing people that are close to you because of certain goals and certain philosophies. There was something I read a long time ago, only failures lose their friends. Okay, but what's the line of choosing to leave a friendship and actually just legitimately losing a friendship? Aren't they the same thing? Just subjectively different? Another person says that you forgive when you can't do anything about it. Painful truths. Necessary for my personal growth, for sure. And he says, much of your pain is self-chosen. Isn't that funny? And you know this. You and me both know this. You go through the amount of pain that you believe will lead to a satisfying life. Like that person that just goes after those people that break their heart all the time. And still go after it. Self-chosen. Or those people that spend so much time alone, even though they really just have to go to that party or go to that gathering or create a damn social group or join a group. Instead of loathing in like alcohol and weed, you know? Self-chosen. It's all self-chosen. Choose the flavor of pain that you want for the sake of your growth. That's what I get out of this chapter. And the cup he brings, though it burn your lips, has been fashioned of the clay with which the potter has moistened with his own sacred tears. This also, so Gibran's writing also, I believe, has to do a lot with nature and kind of natural integrations, natural philosophical integrations. So for instance, whenever I see myself struggling in work, or whenever I see myself struggling in life in general, one of the things that calms me down the most is to actually just watch animals, like a bird making a nest You know how much fucking work it is to pick up every single little piece of the nest with a beak? No, I don't, but I could imagine it'd be hard. Fine, you're more dexterous. Okay, imagine building your own house. You think that'd be any easier or any more difficult than what a bird's doing? Pain is a part of nature. This is something that I had a really hard time genuinely agreeing with. One of my psychology professors in school was Dr. Jones, Dr. Paul Jones. And if you ever have a chance to watch this, Dr. Jones, cheers, I hope you're well. But he said that pain is a part of life. Suffering is a part of life. And it's always difficult to assume that someone else knows things about life, things about human nature. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? He's not me. Who is this lady? Who are they? They're not me. Or like an older person talking to us and being like, no, this is the shit. This is the fundamental truth. I boiled it down myself and this is it. And you're like, nah, bro, I know better. I've been wrong. It's just a matter of contextualization. It's like, okay, if this is the data point, if this is the conclusion, how many different directions can you come at that conclusion with? Well, infinite. But do you understand that direction? Do you understand that perspective that may be completely counter to yours? The fact is still the same. Pain exists in this world. Does it come as a sacrifice? It depends. Maybe it's a privilege. Pain is something that we associate with discomfort. But in essence, it's a deep feeling. Like love, laughter, joy. That's where he draws that comparison where it's like, it's not necessarily how it's identified, but it's the depth of it that matters. In a longevity sense, in a comparative sense. So hopefully you got something out of this. And if you're struggling, pick up this book, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. Pick it up. I mean, really, it's super simple to read, and it will literally make you more spiritually minded, more worldly through reading the pages. And sometimes it'll tell you exactly what you need to hear when you're going through some rough shit. This is the video that I made on the last chapter on reason and passion. I think for creative spirits and for catalysts in society, there's probably no better chapter. But again, it's subjective. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care.